Hi, welcome to Project Geospatial. I'm Adam Simmons at GEOINT 2022 here in Denver, Colorado. Back with me this year is Jon Lewington, industry specialist at Adobe. How's it going, Jon, first off? And what's it like being here in Denver? This is the first year it's been in Denver, right?
It is. Well, thank you for having me back. It's a pleasure to be here at GEOINT 2022, as well as the opportunity for Adobe to sponsor the Young Professionals Group Hub. That's something that we did last year, and we're continuing that this year. But Denver is great. It's a nice change of scenery. It's also expanding the national security footprint for GEOINT and bringing in the DoD as well. So it's exciting to see the forecast or the GEOINT forward today, as well as the lineup of keynotes and speakers for upcoming this week.
So what can we expect out of Adobe this year?
Well, there's a lot going on. We've recently had some product announcements on the creative side. Substance 3D that allows to do much more 3D modeling and painting of those models. But also, we just had an announcement around the metaverse and how our tools are helping to enable the metaverse from a creativity standpoint. And working across that is personalization at scale. So coming out of the pandemic, a lot of companies are focusing on being digital first, but what does that mean? Adobe made that transition very early on. We created a new business a couple years ago called the Experience Cloud. We're now seeing that come to fruition, primarily in our commercial industry around financial services, travel, B2B. We're now seeing government, especially with the recent announcement from the Biden administration with the executive order on customer service and transformation, that how do you create those digital first experiences? And so we're seeing a lot of customers come forward, not only just for customer or constituent interaction, but also how do you enable those digital first experiences for your employee and workforce?
Excellent. So to kind of rewind for a second, because I want to touch on two separate topics that you touched on a little bit. First of all, for this community, define what the metaverse means. I mean, we're all, I think, familiar loosely with what Facebook's trying to do with it, or what previously was known as Facebook. What does metaverse mean for the geospatial community?
So I'm not going to define that because that's one of the YPG panels.
Good.
So
we're gonna look into that later.
That's one of the questions we're asking. So come back and ask me after that panel. But I think what you're seeing is a merge of the physical and the virtual worlds, and we don't know exactly what that looks like. But GEOINT is a perfect fit for that merge of the data of GEOINT and then being able to be immersed and get a better view of the environment and topology and whatnot. Not only from a warfighter perspective, but what are brands doing in the metaverse, right? You're hearing people talk about real estate, but how do you create that content and how do you put it in different metaverses, right? There probably isn't just one, right? So it's an exciting time to understand where that technology is, but a lot of the folks that are going to be creating that content are going to be using the Creative Cloud products.
Excellent. So going on to the personalization aspect of it, how does that, what's the need for that? What's the problem you're trying to solve? Can you define that a little bit more?
So I think what we've seen is the expectation of people with especially kind of the acceleration of the online presence of retailers commercially, is there's that expectation that the government that serves you, the workforce experience, has to have that same Amazon-like experience, right? You get a personalized, this is your shopping cart, they know who you are, you get access to certain groups. The content is focused around you. For example, if you're coming to a website and you're looking for a new job, how's that content personalized around you? We actually understand the underlying data, so we can provide better context for folks that are coming in to have that personalized experience. Hey, this is a profile, they might like this. So if we know that you like soccer and like geospatial, you might get some soccer images or geospatial type images. And so it's that personalization experience all the way from kind of the hiring to retirement piece. So once you've kind of said, hey, I've decided to accept a position, what's that experience then? How do you fill out those forms? How does it populate the back-end systems? How do you sign electronically my form. These are all the things that the workforce is expecting to have going forward.
Well, that's awesome. So you're taking full advantage of what you do as a company commercially and bringing that into the government.
Yeah, we're really seeing what we've done in industry like the financial services industry, travel and entertainment, translate well into the government and public sector market. And that's part of why we're here at GEOINT, is it's a great opportunity to engage our ecosystem. And the ecosystem that's here is the federal government, state and local government, military from around the world, to really get the understanding of, hey, we've got a capability here. What are your needs, right? How do our roadmaps map into those capability requirements?
Excellent. And we can see examples of all this at your booth in the exhibit hall tomorrow, right?
You can, and you can also come by the YPG Hub. We've got some industry thought leaders having conversations that have been pre-recorded. And so you could listen to like the CEO of Nike talk about Nike's digital transformation.
Excellent. Well, Jon, is there anything else that you'd like to share about what Adobe is up to, maybe at GEOINT, or any words of advice to anybody who wants to check out Adobe this year?
I would just really appreciate the opportunity to be back here at GEOINT 2022 and to have conversations with folks such as yourselves on technology, where technology is going, and just how we can contribute back to the community.
Excellent. Well, this is Jon Lewington, Industry Specialist at Adobe here at GEOINT 2022. Thank you for joining us, and we'll talk to everybody next time.